Alright. What is up, chats? What is up? Привет, как дела? Good. Anyways, I feel like I've been saying this a lot, but fucking horrible PA, bro. Oh my gosh, this is by far one of the most worst days I've seen of price action since the start of 2026. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust because this chair is pretty uncomfortable, but yeah, I got caught up in this really bad L, just not great price action, and then recovered with this really A plus mom. Don't want to give it a rating yet. We'll give it a rating when I'm done doing the analysis, or what do you call it? Recap on this trade to really determine what I think about it. But I actually got really lucky with this trade because I was very close to getting off the charts here. After I caught this L, I already knew price action was ass when I took this trade, but after that, just witnessing this right here, the big chop of 2026, right? I determined I'm not going to be trading for the rest of the day. I already took an L, so I'm just going to call that and just get off the charts, save my mental. And right before I was about to get off the charts, I saw this setup, and I was so close to missing it. I was a minute away from missing the setup. And yeah, I'll just get into that story once I get to the recap part, but let's just go and get into the recap. Alrighty, 9:30. Let me actually take this back. Whoa, what? Am I tripping? Why did everything just disappear right there? I said 9:30. I'll actually take this back to 9. That was not a fart. That was my chair. I can promise you that. I would do it again if you don't believe me. See, it's not me. Don't think that was me because I was not. Okay. Alright, so coming in the market open, or not market open, doing my analysis, the first thing I see is we are massively overextended. From Asia low up until now, we are up 350 points, and then from this previous day low, which was made, previous day, as I just said, almost 500 points. All right, no, not even. It is 500 points. Wait, why does it keep doing that? What the hell? It's like not registering it. There we go. 505. Arctic monkeys. I'm going back to 505. Dude, that's insane. Don't remember the last time we've had an overnight move like this, but yeah, just basically bouncing out of this new week opening gap. Huge reversal taken out. Dude, the entire weekly range doesn't even add up to the amount we've just moved in one overnight session. So pretty cool. Actually not pretty cool because this is the cause of probably this bad PA, but I just lost my train of thought. The only thing I could think of taking this trade is a 5 or 15 minute pullback. Of course, just a simple continuation model towards this DOL. We have relatively equal highs. This looks very stacked, huge stacked liquidity here. We have previous day Asia session, and yeah, it just looks like the next DOL. And excuse me, I have a pimple back here and this hurts. I'll pop this bitch. That later. The only really A plus scenario I could come up with, because yes, a nice pullback to at least like a 15-minute would be nice, but I would like to see more of a retrace to be more confident, like a pullback into this unmitigated hourly here. Maybe an SMT there would be great. Here's the unmitigated hourly right there. But before that even happens, by the time we get to market open, we actually unfortunately take DOL, as you can see right there. Now keep in mind this 15-minute fair value gap right here. The only reason I'm looking, or the only way I would look to take shorts, because of course I don't really want to aim up here. As I said, we've extended 500 points, 505 to be exact. I wouldn't expect market to juice out 200 more points right there, or 100 more points. That's just way too much to ask for. So the only reasonable thing I could think of is, a continuation could work, just targeting this recent high, but ideally we just want to see a reversal slash retracement. In terms of the higher time frame, I really just want to see us pull back into equilibrium and whatnot. So keep in mind that fair value gap. So market opens, we come down, we inverse this 5 minute. Now, is this enough for me to take shorts? Hell no. Okay, I need actual confirmation, not just the 5 minute IFEG. And not only that, we tap into this 15 minute, and then we reverse back to the upside. We get a 5 minute IFEG right here, so this could be our continuation long. We did get our 5 minute pullback. We hit OTE of this little range we have here, so this could definitely work. Just maybe target a 1-to-1 or something like that. Break even here at this recent high, and this would have been a break even trade, of course. Boom, we hit this high, and yeah. Excuse me, we actually have a 2 minute before this. Not really, it's really discretional if you took this. Yes, you can see we inversed the 2 minute, but at this point in time, yes, this did hit too as well. But at that point in time, we are already in this 5 minute, and the ideal thing that we want to look for is a respect of this 5 minute to look for shorts, right? We're not really expecting longs. I just want to see confirmation before we go short. Okay, I don't want to just take up a reversal or not the best continuation model. I want further confirmation for that. So none of those trades were taken. The 5 minute seemed pretty good, not gonna lie. Seemed pretty decent, but worst case would have got break even. Now at this point in time, we swept this recent high out, and we have an SMT here with ES, and oops. From here, you can kind of just anticipate to get shorts, and that's what I actually took this on. It should have been break even. It really should have been break even, but I took a later entry. So once we came back up to the entry point, that's when I took my entries, and then we just fucking ran to stop loss. Boom. What's kind of annoying about this too is my risk. I thought it was set to 500, and whatever it told me to enter the quantity right here, whatever the quantity was, it said around 1 con, because this was actually set to 900. I don't know why it was set to 900. A random ass number. I don't know why I would risk exactly 900. That's so weird. But it was set to that, and so I thought it was at 500, so I was just gonna double it so it could be 1,000, and I ended up doubling it, and it was 1,800. So my stop loss was around like $2,000. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I actually got stopped out really early, like around here. But not tripping too much because this did end up losing either way. So not tripping too much about that. But yeah, that kind of sucks. Just gotta pay more attention. Actually, no. There's really, dude. I don't know what the fuck whose fault. This definitely isn't my fault. I would say that, because who's gonna check the risk every single time? Like I always keep it the same. I never change it. I don't know what changed or who changed it or why that even happened. So that's not even my fault. But yeah, this trade definitely should have been a break even, but ended up taking a loss. So that's completely on me. But then again, this was an eval trade. I've been trading my live accounts and seeing how PA is a hit or miss so far. Like last week, it was just really ass. Or I think the week before that. No, it was probably last week. And then there's some days where it's just really good. So I should definitely be waiting to trade my live accounts or waiting for A+ price action. And, based off this given here, we gave an IFEG here to the upside, ended up failing. And we gave an IFEG back down here to the downside, and this ended up failing. So price action is clearly not that great. All right, and also not only that, but this shouldn't even have really been a trade. Yes, we did get that manipulation, but we inversed this 5 minute. So I would expect for us to keep continuing up, but I just took this purely off discretion. The candle closure was insane. We inversed the 1 minute. We had a good break-even point. Yeah, again, worst case should have been break-even. Now, next, ended up inversing back to the downside, and then we get caught in the great chop of 2025, 2026. Why did I say 2025? I'm so fucking retarded. Now, at this point in time, not looking to trade at all until we get this, right? Last minute, okay, I was so close to not taking this. I was actually about to close my laptop and just get off. And I was like, I saw this 2 minute happen, and it wasn't happening for a minute. Like right here, we got 2 candles of us just not hitting this, and it was this candle right here that it failed to inverse, and I was like, I'll give it one more chance. I'm gonna wait one more candle to see if we get this inverse. If it doesn't happen, I'm turning this off, and I'm going to go to the gym. And then luckily I did wait, because we ended up getting this. I took this, and bang, we fucking recovered. Not only did we recover this loss, but we made the exact amount I needed, the max amount. For the eval, of course, that 50% consistency rule. That actually saved me. I want to say that too because, dude, TP, if it wasn't for the consistency rule, TP would have been at this unmitigated hourly. We would have got edged so hard. Stops ran all the way to break even, and I would have been fucking pissed, bro. Okay, pissed. But luckily, since we need to stay under that 50% consistency rule, I had to move my TP up a little bit to stay in that 50%. And that is what saved me because I got out. TP hit right here, and, you know, this did not get hit. So I actually got saved. Crazy to say, but yeah, definitely would have saved me my sanity because, bro, Tuesday, CPI day, took a banger ass long setup and it edged a data high. And that shit traumatized me because we were so fucking close. We were like 2 points away from hitting TP. And that shit reversed with a death candle. So, you know, the odds of us edging TP twice in a week would have definitely had me going crazy. So, super thankful for that. And yeah, that's pretty much the only trades I took. Now, just to quickly and briefly go over this. We actually did end up hitting full TP later on, but of course not until the setup already hit stop loss. But here we go. So you can see bang, hit all the way down here, even OTE of this huge range from London to up to here. Oh yeah, also TP aligned with equilibrium of that range, so that's great. But yeah, just to briefly go over this one more time, we have looking for continuations here. We actually get continuations, whether you took the 2 minute or 5 minute. The 2 minute did work out, but it's just so risky and it's just not worth taking. Wouldn't even think to take that unless you're just trading off pure discretion, and that's everybody trades the wrong way. But this 5 minute looked really solid. I didn't take it because I wanted more confirmation that we would be bearish. I just said that completely wrong. I wanted us to be bearish, and I was waiting for that confirmation, so I didn't take the 5 minute IFEG to the upside. Either way, this would have been break even. Not a bad setup. It's just not the best. This is definitely way better. This isn't like, yeah, we did hit OTE of this range. We respected the 5 and the 50 minute, but bro, we're just so overextended. And I mean, what other targets can we aim for? Like I said before, I'm not gonna try and juice out 100 extra points on NQ, right? We're already overextended 500 points. That's crazy to ask. So yeah, really at this point, just kind of looking for shorts toward this unmitigated hourly. We have great, you know, lows next to each other, equilibrium, just lots of good confluences. And this trade had great confluences. Now I'm gonna go over slowly what made this trade a really good trade, considering the bad price action. So luckily I stayed during this. I could have easily got off during this price action, but I was just sitting on my chair playing Clash Royale, doom scrolling on Instagram and shit. So, you know, brain rotting actually saved me. You know, it helped me get this dub. So I'm not complaining about that. But the reversal point, not bad. We do hit this level up here. We had a 30 minute around here too as well that supported this. We have an SMT here. So the SMT solidified this reversal point. I'll say it's like a B plus reversal point. Plus we're due for, you know, some type of retracement. So I'll give it a B plus. Now the price action, I'll give it a B plus as well. Yes, we have, if it wasn't for this horrible price action, this definitely would have been like A plus. But we have really, really shitty price action here. But then we clean it up with some very nice, smooth, up close candles. Very visible fair value gaps. You know, we're not squinting my eyes and fucking stretching this shit to the max to see if we can find a fair value gap. So that's great. So, you know, I'll give this A minus to a B plus. We'll just say B plus. B plus price action. B plus reversal point. Now the final thing is, of course, targets. Entry model was an A plus. Okay, those are very, very clean. Nice displacement here. And then target wise is S tier. A plus, S tier, whatever you want to call it. We have relatively equal lows here. We have equilibrium here. We have this low sitting right underneath equilibrium, and then we have this unmitigated hourly, which I don't know how I didn't get hit here. I don't know why we did all this bullshit before we hit it, but A plus targets. Overall, really good setup. I don't know if I would consider it A plus. I'll consider it A plus. It does look really, really nice. Yeah, this is definitely an A plus model, but that's gonna be it for this recap. And yeah, shalom, shalom, shalom.